Yay! It's Monday, it's 12:30, and it's time for Bizfest Takeover again. And this week I got some lovely people in the green room, and it's February. How on earth did we get to February so quickly? This is crazy. And that means it's only 3 months, isn't it? February, March, April. No, 2 months. 2 months until Bizfest. Gav, Jamie's here today. You're going to tell us when it is because I'm too excited. Hi, Jamie. How the devil are you? Happy February.
I'm good, actually. And yourself?
Well, yeah, like I hate doing these shows. You know that. How's life?
Yeah, busy. Really busy.
I've heard.
It's just everything's 100 miles out. We thought it was hectic and busy and it went up to our first ever exhibition, but now obviously with BizFest, the addition of the Cornwall Business Show, it takes a lot of work to do these events.
Yeah, no, you had dark hair before you started as well, didn't you?
I know, right? I know.
and we don't have many stands left, which is good news for you, bad news for people who are looking to get a stand. And are you going to reveal another speaker for us today? Because
yes.
we've been teasing people, but we want to know who's talking.
Well, so as you well know, Ashley, from year one, our keynote theatre at the exhibition is something that we're really proud of. You know, it costs us a lot of money to do that kind of feature, you know, with the big digital screens and the headphones and everything else that goes along with it. So it's really important to us for the visitor experience that it's not just wall-to-wall exhibitors. The exhibitors are obviously amazing, and every one of our exhibitors this year, you know, you have to come and see them. But I think it's really important when you do a show like this, you have those additional features. And let me just say, while I'm on with you now, the features that we have in line, we've got the keynote theatre. We'll have 2 seminar halls where exhibitors will be speaking and doing educational seminars throughout the day. We'll also have the Not Working Networking arena that was experienced in year one, which was just a hive of activity throughout the day. But we've also got some new features for this year's show. We've got the Samphire Club Lounge with the legend that is Mr. John Harvey. That's going to be sponsored by Bespa, who are high-end office architects out of Exeter. We're also going to have the Sisters in Sequin Zone with the amazing Katie Arscott. So, you know, we gave her a free stand in year one, and it was, you know, a hive of activity again. So it's foolish not to build on that and the amazing work that she does with women in business in Devon. We're also going to have the Federation of Small Businesses Zone, being the only general B2B event in the South West that the FSB support, the Federation of Small Businesses. And of course, with the tremendous Richard Palmer, we've got the Shore Train and Sales Station Masterclass. So if you're looking to up your sales game, come to BizFest and you get to do some classes for free.
I was just going to say, this is all free, isn't it? Because you don't have to pay to get a ticket.
Free tickets.
That's incredible.
But just going back to your point, you said about the speakers. Sorry, you said about the speakers. Yes. So, we'll have 10 exhibitors speaking in each of the seminar halls, doing 20-minute seminars with 10-minute intervals, which you'll be able to find out all the information on the website. We have really strict rules with the speaking positions at BizFest. They're not sales pitches, they're educational. You know, if you come and watch these guys speak, you will walk away in a better position than when you walked into that seminar hall. But obviously the keynote theatre is where our headline speakers are, you know, and I'm so happy that we're going to have yourself opening the keynote theatre again, bringing the energy. That's you, Ashley. You better be aware of this.
I knew. I'm just playing up for the camera.
But like literally, for as long as BizFest goes, which will hopefully be forever, you will be opening that theatre for us every year because you just bring the magic. We've then got. Oh
no, I'm going to blush and cry.
We've then got the amazing Rosie Parsons, who's like a photographer. And she does work all around the country. She's been on TV. She's been on This Morning. So she's going to do a half-an-hour seminar for us, which is amazing.
Right. That's enough. Don't tell us anymore. Don't tell us anymore because we want people to come back next week to find out who's talking. So,
yeah, of course.
So far, we've got myself and Rosie Parsons doing the talks, and then we've got lots of other talks as well. Jamie, yes. I don't know how you're going to pack it all into a day, but I know you will do. I'm going to kick you out, mate, because I've got 3 amazing people I want to bring in. So yeah, thanks very much indeed. Look forward to hearing more about these speakers as they're coming online. Thank you very much.
Nice one, Ashley. Have a good one, mate.
All the best. Bye bye.
Cheers.
Right, who have we got this week? Oh my goodness, look at you. You're all looking beautiful this afternoon. And how are you doing? Right, I'm going to go around the room. I'm not going to pick on anyone in particular, but the first person I'm seeing is Emily McGuirk. Tell us who you are, what you do, please, Emily.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emily McGuirk, and I am the founder of Small Steps, Big Vision. And I help people to manage their nerves when it comes to public speaking, whether that be networking, pitching, presenting, facilitating, whatever it is, because I truly believe that you don't have to be born naturally confident to be an impactful speaker. It just takes practice and the right tools and the right support. So that's me.
Brilliant. I'm going to dig in and get some tips from you. Terry, who are you? What do you do?
Hey, how are you? So we are Propel Business Consultancy. I'm the director of coaching for them. We look at business coaching. We look at how we can get people trained from a leadership point of view, and also provide those professional services that are able to create space in a small to medium-sized business owner so they can do their job and enjoy doing it. So that's what we're all about.
Fantastic. So is that you actually teach people how to coach their teams?
We can do part of that from a training point of view, but we go into business and look at their overall. So business coaching, business consultancy, executive coaching, that kind of thing. That's one pillar. Then we look at the training side of things. How do we get better leaders? How can people be better at doing their job from a efficiency, business effectiveness type of thing, and also the professional services, VA, bookkeeping, that kind of areas that people need to clear their head around, so that we provide that service so they can get on with doing what they do best. That's
awesome, lovely. And pretty in pink, Sharon, who are you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Sharon, and I work for Investor in Customers. We're a customer experience consultancy, so we work with businesses large and small to measure their customer experience. Now, whether that is a full assessment, because we work with some really big names, or whether it's a company that cares, which is angled at smaller businesses, all businesses really, but it's more affordable for the smaller business, and basically award you. We look at you from the outside. We ask you to complete some questions and answers, and we analyze and award you accordingly.
Brilliant. Oh my goodness. We've got so much going on in this show today, haven't we? This is awesome. So we make sure that we are looking after our team. We can make sure that our customers get a great experience, and we can manage our nerves and anxiety. Oh, where do we start? I want to, Emily, I've seen you speak, right? And what you talk about is absolutely brilliant, and we all worry about it. And you did this amazing talk, and I followed you, and I thought, like, thinking, now everybody's going to be looking at me to see if I'm doing what you said. So there was no pressure at all there. But how did you get into speaking and public speaking? Because it's not the sort of thing everybody wants to do, is it?
No, I mean, it's right up there with the many fears. A lot of people would rather have a root canal or, in fact, meet a shark than they would public speak. So, it's not for everyone, but I believe that anyone can do it with the right tools and practice. But for me, I am a trained actress. I went to drama school, both in the UK and in the States, and started my career as an actress, which I just loved. So obviously picked up lots of tips and tricks there. And then I just found that every career move and twist and turn that I took myself on involved either facilitating or public speaking or workshopping in some instance. And I guess what I realized, you don't realize what comes naturally to you until you start talking to other people, I guess. And so the more people that I worked with, both young people and business professionals, this was such a big gap for them in their knowledge and their experience, because I don't know about all of you, but for me, my experience of public speaking at school was being told off in English for talking to the girls at the back, and then being told to stand up and read some obscure text I'd never read before, when I was already feeling embarrassed for being shamed. So if your school experience and public speaking experience was the same as mine, then obviously you'll know that is enough to instill fear in anybody. But so I guess for me, this has all just come together so beautifully, because I love it. I love being on stage or speaking or sharing whatever it is I have to share on that day. And I just truly believe if everybody had the confidence to say yes to more opportunities to share both about themselves and what they're doing, so many more opportunities could open up for them. So if I can help people feel seen and heard, then I'm thrilled.
Yeah, no, I love that. And this is partly why I do this show, because I get a guest on and I have a chat with them. We're lucky we got 3 over the next few weeks. But a lot of them have never been on a podcast or anything. And you know, I ask them a question, they've got to talk back. That's public speaking, isn't it, Emily?
Yeah, absolutely. So public speaking is anything where I guess you're feeling a little bit vulnerable, perhaps, because you're using your voice in a way to promote either yourself or your business. So 100%. And so I think when it comes to public speaking, people often think it is being stood up on a stage giving a TED talk, but it's not. It's so much more than that. It's networking, it's pitching, it's presenting, it's podcasting, it's speaking to camera on your socials. You know, all these things that as business owners, we're expected to do and be able to do more and more, yet are never given the skills or the teaching or the coaching to do it. Yet we're expected to, and we're expected to do both ourselves and our businesses justice. And I think that's the thing that holds people back, is this idea that they're going to be judged purely on their ability to speak in public, rather than the breadth and the richness of experience and knowledge that they have.
Yeah, totally get that. You said about, you know, root canal and stuff like that. I'm not sure who said it, but when you look at the fears, you know, people tick boxes to say that, well, there's spiders and snakes and stuff like that. More people are scared of public speaking than dying.
Yes.
So if you go to a funeral, most people would rather be in the coffin than doing the eulogy. And that is quite worrying, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But
so
if
sorry.
But if you think about our fundamental human needs to be seen, to be heard, to be validated, to be respected, to be accepted, public speaking leaves each and every one of those exposed. So it doesn't surprise me, but it does sadden me, because I think with a few simple tips on how to appear confident, competent, and warm, the whole game can change. And when you start speaking about what you have to offer and how you can help people, doors open, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to come back to you and dig a little bit deeper, but I want to pick on Terry now, because I've had 30 jobs, Terry.
Oh wow!
Right? Yeah, I know, shocking, eh? And some of my previous bosses might have benefited from a bit of coaching, because it was I come from a catering background, and so basically the chef will shout louder if you want something done, and you know, that doesn't work today, does it? So what does work today, Terry?
Purposefulness works today. I've found recently, especially over the last 5 or 6 years, young people coming into the business want to do something that will give something back. And most people actually going into business now all start with a reason why. So I found a sense of purpose way back when I first left the Royal Air Force. I was in the Royal Air Force 26 years. Wasn't sure what I wanted to be when I left. And then I read the book, Start With Why with Simon Sinek, and it absolutely changed who I was and what I was. I started to search for that sense of purpose. As I've gone further into my civilian life and done loads of leadership training, and I've done loads of executive coaching, team coaching, all that kind of thing, I still wondered, kept searching. And then I moved down here. From, as you can tell, my Dorset tones are from the north. But I moved down here in 2026, and I thought, what does the Southwest need? Because I was accepted. I was accepted into the village that we moved into, with friends that are around, and I thought, right, I really want to give something back. I don't want to keep going up to London. I don't want to keep doing my stuff up there. What can I do down here? And it wasn't until I found the business coaching side of things, where in this area, BizFest, ideal for small to medium enterprises, absolutely fundamental for this area. This is what fuels the economy around here. 16,000 businesses in Plymouth alone must be able to
wow.
somewhere. Yeah,
16,000. That is crazy.
16,000 businesses how can I get in front of them? Because all I want to do is help people. We came up with the words, apologies, prosper with purpose. And I thought, I don't know how to do this, because the leadership executive coach side of things, there's nothing, it wasn't really in the psyche. Business coaching, absolutely fundamental. It wasn't until I met my business partner, Katie Ayling. I came from a leadership, people, everything around. She's come from being a solicitor, processes, understanding the systems, the how. So I do the why, how, and we get the business owner to do the what. And between us, we found a real purposeful business, and we really love it. So we've come up with Propel, which is a leadership approach or a business coaching approach that enables people to really hang the hat on where they are. And that's really fulfilling. I love it. And that's what I found more than anything, is that if you can start with purpose, everything else falls out. If you know what you're there for and have clarity of what you're there for, your job has purpose. And that's why you find leaders who are promoted up into a role, taken away from their purposeful approach in the first place and given another role, got to look after people, struggle. And that's what's going on. So we find and reignite purpose in every role that each person goes through.
Yeah, no, brilliant. And yeah, that is a great book. Start with Why. Who else has read it in the room? Yeah, you need to give it a shout, Sharon. But you've got your purpose, haven't you, Sharon?
I try.
Yeah. What got you into customer experience?
I've been in various roles in travel for many, many years. So customer experience was always sort of like high on the agenda. And that's something that I used to do an awful lot of what we call tailor-made itineraries. So somebody would come to me with, I want to go here, I've got this much to spend, can you create an itinerary? So I really always put a lot of heart and soul into it and made sure that the customer experience that I gave was really, really good. And I only left travel, it's got to be about nearly 20 years ago now, because it became more about bums on seats than it did about genuine customer experience. And I didn't like that. So I decided that, it was time to move. So I eventually fell into this role. And I've got to say, I absolutely love it. I've been here for over 15 years now, and the business has evolved. Traditionally, it was just like the one offering that we do, but last year we introduced a company that cares, which is an additional badge that people are gaining for themselves, so that they can really showcase their businesses. Like, actually, we are a company that cares. It's got an online directory, so that if anybody starts, and it's still growing at the moment, but the idea is the directory obviously will grow. But a general consumer, a bit like Trust a Trader or whatever, can come on and see, okay, I want an insurance company who is, meeting the criteria, etc., and can be found that way.
And so what mistakes do you see a lot of us doing that are silly mistakes that we shouldn't be doing?
Do you know what the main one with all businesses is? Communication. And it is the easiest to fix. And I'm not just talking about how you communicate to your customers, but I'm talking about internally as well, how you communicate to one another, how you communicate from department to department. Because if you can't get that right internally, then externally it's going to show the cracks, and people aren't going to get the information or the service, etc., that they need.
And what do you call good communication?
I mean, literally making it easy to do business with you. So making sure that you are contactable, making sure that your communications are concise and clear, no silly promises that you can't keep, but then also not getting back to people. It's just ongoing communication, basically, that is the key.
Yeah, so tell people what you're going to do, and then do it.
And then do it. And the other pet hate I've got is, if you've got like a contact me on your website, how many times have you actually filled out a contact me on the website and then nothing happens? Nobody comes back to you, and it's like, this is basic stuff, surely.
Yeah, it is basic stuff. It is absolutely crazy. We've got 3 communication experts in the room today, haven't we? Because you're all about experience, and Terry's about coaching, and Emily's about speaking. So it just shows how important communication is for everybody. What mistakes are you seeing people make, Emily?
Oh, I don't know about mistakes. I think we many of us have go-to tips or perhaps tells for when we feel nervous or anxious, but we don't realize how it's being conveyed. So things like, I blimmin' love a skirt or a dress with pockets in, but it's a nightmare because I just want to put my hands in there and feel cozy and comfy and safe. But actually, as humans, we have it built into us that if we can't see people's hands, we're wondering what's in them. Even if like consciously we're not, that's not what's going in our heads, subconsciously it is. And so we're missing opportunities to connect with people because we've simply got our hands either behind our backs or in our pockets. And so I think thinking about how we are coming across is just so important. Similarly, like when networking, you know, some people hold their arms or they fold their arms. And the challenge with that is you're putting a blocker between you and the other person. So connection can't form so easily and perhaps willingly as it would do otherwise. So it's when I work with people either as a team or one-to-one, I really like to kind of figure out what our personal and individual tics and tells are, so that when we have awareness of them, we can fix them. They might still come out, but we know how to manage them and we know how to stop them from detracting from the great message or the great impact we have to offer.
Yeah, no, I love that. And luckily, none of my skirts have got pockets, so I'm okay.
Oh, well, you're all right then, Ashley, aren't you? You're okay.
But the thing is, I'm just thinking, right? We're all exhibiting at BizFest, and some of our stands have got like a table or a plinth or something, and we stand behind it. There's a barrier there straight away, Emily.
And that's one of my pet hates, because I get it. Like, we're stood there the whole day and you want a stool and you want a chair. But when people are coming to the stand, or if they're walking past, you got to get up. You got to walk to the front. You've got to welcome them in, because there's nothing easier. You know, we've all been at those, either a Christmas market or something where we're just not in the mood to chat to that person. So we like stride on by, and it is impossible to win those people round and start a conversation if you're behind either a table or a stool or a platform or something. Like, we need to get in front of that. But also, like, as a nice little test for all you exhibitors, it's really difficult for somebody not to smile at you if you've smiled at them first. So again, like, have your game face on, be there ready to welcome in even those who aren't sure whether they want to be welcomed in yet.
Yeah, I love that. A smile always wins. I'm gonna have to practice on mine, aren't I?
You've got a massive smile. You're absolutely fine, Ashley. They'll all be coming to you.
So I need Jess there to keep them away. So, Terry, what mistakes are we making when we're running our business and not looking at things that we're just communication, that sort of stuff that we've just been discussing?
The communication point is clarity of expectations. We're keeping to ourselves. Our brains are there to help us survive, so we will interpret what we see as either a threat or it's okay. So if we expect someone to do something and assume that is happening and it doesn't happen, we blame the other person rather than ourselves. So from a leadership point of view, how many times have you been told off for doing something because you're not doing it in the way that they expected, but actually those expectations haven't been clarified in the first place? Have a conversation around perception. How do you see the world? Because if you can do that, you can solve anything. I genuinely believe that. I've been doing leadership coaching for the best part of 15, 16 years now. And every time there was issues, is because nobody clarified what they expected and vice versa. You can't hold anybody account if you have not told them what you expect. And that's in every form of life.
Yeah. That brings it nicely back to you, Sharon, because that's the other thing, isn't it? Customer experience. How can you have a good experience if you don't know what you're expecting, or if you're expecting this and you're only going to get that?
Yeah, manage expectations. Absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely key. How many times have you rung up and you're waiting for something and they don't tell you when they're going to come back to you, or they give you something unrealistic, or they bump you from pillar to post, or, just own it to start with. And if you don't know, own that too, but in a polite way. And if you say you're going to get back to somebody, make sure you do.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of a company called Uber, but they do this taxi thing, right? And it all started because the guy was sort of like booking a taxi, but didn't have a clue when it was going to turn up. And so all they did is they gamified it. So you open up your app and you can see exactly where the driver is. And even if that driver is going to take 10 minutes longer than you thought, because you can see that it's 10 minutes longer, you know where it is, and that's fine.
Exactly.
And it, just getting it right doesn't have to be rocket science, does it?
No, and absolutely.
Crazy.
And then it comes back to what we were talking about, communication. As long as you communicate it, then, that's going to appease everybody.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Right, we're coming to the end of our show. I just, I know that we're all exhibiting at BizFest. I just want to know why you're exhibiting at BizFest and what are you hoping to get from a day at West Point. Who wants to go first, Emily?
Me then, I guess. Well, for me, I'm still a fairly new business in this capacity, and so for me, I want to be around amazing people. I love the fact that Terry just said that there were 16,000 businesses in Plymouth. Who knew? So it's just there are so many people, so many business owners, so many organizations that we don't know of that I would love to connect with, firstly. And secondly, the BizFest team are just such a joy to get to know. I just knew that I wanted to be on this journey with them. So for me, in terms of outcome, I would just love to connect with more people, great opportunities, great businesses. And if something comes from that, then amazing. But please do come and find me. I'll be near the Sisters and Sequins tent, which I've heard is going to be raucous. So you'll find me near there. And do find me on LinkedIn before that so we can have a chat, and I'll see you there.
Right. So I've booked to stand near them as well.
I'll see you there.
It's going to be a bit crazy in that top corner, isn't it? Terry, why are you exhibiting at BizFest, and what are you hoping to see?
We are second yearers. So we went last year and we had no expectations whatsoever, and it was awesome. We far outstripped any other type of business show that I've ever been to before. And the vibrancy, more than anything, just blew us away. The people walking past and actually wanting to talk. And you're right, Emily, get out there and invite them in with a smile. And they just want to talk to you. So, everybody that went there last year wanted to talk, wanted to understand. We were curious. We really loved it. So, we didn't hesitate. We booked it straight away down there. Didn't mess about. Fantastic. Space, not far from the keynote speaker arena. So if you want to, again, like Emily just said, connect with us, we'll get on there, we'll have a chat and I might even provide a coffee for you if you want it. So we love it.
Fantastic. Sharon?
Again, we're repeat ones. We were exhibited last year and we're in the same place. We again booked the same stand that we had last year, which is right in the centre near the networking square. So really, really good location. The vibe was awesome. The boys are incredible. And it really, really was, a lot of exhibitions I've been to before are really, really quite staid, and you're sort of pulling teeth to try and grab conversation. Do you know what I mean? But honestly, it was so good and so vibey. And actually, I'm a little bit jealous you're going to be near the beautiful Katie, because that's going to be a fun area to be.
Well, you're going to have to come over and have a chat with us and come and say hello. Yeah, it's.
I blend in well with the pink.
You will. Yeah, I didn't have to think at all about where I was going to go. So absolutely superb. Guys, you've been absolutely amazing. What a lovely chat. Thank you so much. And looking forward to seeing you at the show in, like I said, a couple of months' time. I don't know where the time's gone already this year. It really does go quick. Where can we get hold of you? I'll go around the room again, Emily. Where can we get hold of you?
So find me on LinkedIn, Emily McGuirk, or you can email me at emily@smallstepsbigvision.com.
Perfect. Terry?
LinkedIn as well, and on Facebook. And we're changing our brand to Propel Business Consultancy. We are currently Terry at tnbusinesscoaching.com.
Fantastic. Oh, good luck with your rebrand. You have to come back and tell us all about that. And Sharon, how do we get hold of you?
Last but not least, also LinkedIn, Sharon Clapp. But also my email, if you want, is sharon.clapp@investoриncustomers.com.
Fantastic. What a fantastic show. Cheerio, everybody. And we will be back same time, same place. Thank you very much indeed. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching or listening to my show this week. I want to bring to you people that can help us running our business. I love having a chat. I'm very nosy, very curious, and I'd love to ask questions. So if you want to be a guest, or if you've got some ideas for guests, let me know. And if you want me to help you with your LinkedIn, get in touch, because I want to give you a voice. Now, that could just be using LinkedIn, but I do other things as well. So I can help you with a podcast, a live show, and all kinds of other amazing things. So get in touch. My name's Ashley Leeds. I'm the 15-minute guy, and you can find me on LinkedIn.